Udah visto una seguro. यार कुछ देर तक मैं udah visto así kita yang membaca. Sorry, sorry. Sorry. Hi, ma'am. How are you? Present. Present. Present is a chat box. Present in the chat box. Hi, hello. Hi. Units 9. I agree.
Good evening, students.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Shravani. Okay, students, are you able to see me and is my voice audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, students. Uh, can you all please mark your attendance in the chat box? Write present in the chat box, and you can find the chat box menu in the toolbar. Students, please mark your attendance. Meanwhile, Janki. Janki, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Janki, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please unmute yourself and I am sharing my screen. Just tell me if you are able to see it or not, okay?
Yes.
Yes, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I request anyone who have joined the class just now, please mark your attendance in the chat box. Okay, students, it's already 5:11. Let's start with today's class. Okay. First of all, is my audio and video perfect? Is there any issue? Okay, thank you, Ayan, for confirming. Okay, students. Good evening. My name is Sumedha, and some of you might know me, and some of you don't. So, I am your English tutor for 5 p.m. classes on this platform called as TreeCampus. So, these classes are brought to you by a platform known as TreeCampus. It's a free online platform where you can learn anything and everything. There are three classes that happens during the day. The very first take place at 1 p.m. These are the Bengali classes. The second one is 5 p.m. where you can learn about English. And the 9 p.m. class is another English class. So you can learn anything and everything on this platform. It's free of cost. No charges are there. Also, make sure I hope that everybody knows that every individual is allowed to attend only one class during the day. So technically, if you are into this class and if you're present in this class, you're not allowed to leave or attend the other classes. Okay. So choose wisely, make sure that you're choosing correctly. Think about what you want to learn, with whom you want to learn at what time suits you the best, and what other things are feasible for you. Okay. Does that make sense? Can I see thumbs up or anything? Okay. Okay, students, also one more thing. I hope everybody knows, but I'll still point this out. Please don't Who just did this? Who S is it was it you? Does anybody know how to like erase this? Just a second. I'll share the screen again. Okay. Please don't do it. And if anybody sees who just did it or was doing it, just interrupt the class and let me know. Okay, we can't tolerate such students in the class. Okay, moving on. Let's start with me telling you how it is important that you're not allowed to keep your mic and camera on while we are in this class. Okay, it's Shravani. Shravani, this is I don't have AP, who are you? In just a second, I'll erase these things. Okay, okay, let's start. So today's topic is using quantities in English. Okay, and today we will be learning about how to talk about amounts, numbers, and sizes, right? So, what are quantities? Quantities means how much or how many of something. Meaning, if there are, for example, everybody goes to market, right? And when you visit the markets, when you visit the vegetable sections and fruit section, you think that there are certain apples, certain mangoes, certain different vegetables, some bitter gourds or cauliflower, or different varieties of vegetables and fruits are present, right? Now, those things that they are present, they are present in a quantity, right? For instance, let's take there could be 20 bananas present in in that specific shop, or you can say five, for instance, 15, 20 mangoes that are present in the that specific shop, right? Now, you have to understand how different quantities can be, right? For instance, now these apples, these bananas, these mangoes that I'm describing, these are something known as countable quantities. Countable quantities, meaning that whatever these things are, they can be counted by us, meaning there's a way to count them. Okay, easy. Are we getting this? Student, please make a habit of raising your, yeah, thumbs up. Sonia, is there anything?
No, ma'am. मैंने बोला yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
Okay, okay, students. Okay, moving on. Now, there can be certain things which you cannot count. For instance, if you go to a confectionery, you can see sugar, you can see salt, you can see spices, or you can see water, you can see oil. Now, all these quantities are something that you cannot measure. Now, okay, now the mystery question here is, ma'am, we can to buy oil in a liter packaging, or I can buy sugar according to 1 kg, 2 kgs. We understand. You can buy those things and you have a quantity or a unit for those to buy them. However, do you have a quantity to count them? You cannot count the sugar, you cannot count the salt, you cannot count the spices, you cannot count water. These are things that does not have quantity, that classify under the uncountable quantities. Okay, some of the few example is, for example, my laptop is on my study table. I have sketch pens, I have pencils, I have scale, I have erasers, I have uh I have sticky notes. Now, all these things that I'm mentioning are something that comes under the countable quantities, meaning I can count the number of sketch pen. I can count the number of pencils. I can count the number of sticky notes that I have on the wall. All these things can be counted. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. However, now this water bottle that is on my study table, it has water in it. Okay. Or let's say this beauty product. Okay, can you able to this beauty product is some which have product in it. It is something you cannot measure. The cream inside of this packaging is something you cannot measure. This water, this cream, this different things, these comes under the uncountable quantities, meaning, of course, there's a unit to measure them, but there isn't a unit to count them. Are we getting how there can be units present to measure them, but there aren't any units present to count them? Does this make sense to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Let's take the example which is written in the slide. I have 3 pens. I drank some water. Now, if you take the first half example, it's I have 3 pens. Pen is a countable quantity. Pen is something you can count. So that's why it comes under a countable quantity, and you can name or specify the quantity of the pens. However, if I'm describing, if I'm taking the other half of the example, which is I drank some water, water is uncountable now. Water is something that is that can be measured. However, it cannot. However, it cannot be just. However, it cannot be counted. Okay, that's why the term is sum. Moving on to the next slide, which is countable nouns with quantities. Okay. Now, there are certain words that we use if we can count something. For instance, let's take an example of, take an example of, what example? Okay. So, there are bookshelf just right here. Okay. Like just beside me. Now, all these books are there in the shelves, and I can count the books. Books are a countable noun for me, something that I can count. Meaning, if I use something, so meaning if that book is countable, and that quantity is something that comes under countable noun, we can use certain words such as a few, many, several, a couple of, a dozen. Okay, a few means a few. It's just there are a few, you can still count it. Many means there are many, like there the quantity is more, and surely you can count the quantity of something that you're describing it with. The third is several. Okay, there are several children playing in park. You can count the number of children that are present in the park and playing, right? That's why I'm using the word several. Let's take an example of, I forgot to take an example of a few and many. A few. If I have to take an example of a few, I can say, oh, there are a few students in my class right now, meaning students are present, and I can surely count the number of students present in my class, but I'll still use it with a few. Similarly, many students answer in my class. Okay, meaning the number of students that are repetitively involved in the class, repetitively participating in the class, have a definite number, meaning they're not something that comes under the uncountable noun. They can surely be counted. Okay, that's why we use the word many. Now, if you're using the word a couple of, it's like it's something when you're pairing two things together. Okay, so the couple is two, and the word dozen means 12. Have you like, okay, so you might have seen that a couple is joda, and a dozen means ek dozen in Hindi. Okay, you might have noticed when you go and buy bananas, you are always buying it in the dozen form. Like, I want ek dozen, 2 dozen, essay. However, when you are using the word a couple of, you're using it when you need to mention, oh, yes, I want two of the same things. For instance, um, let's take an example of, if I'm going to a confectionery store and I'm buying a packet of Maggie, I can say something like, oh, I want a couple packet of Maggies. Okay, or I want a couple books for this subject. The example in the slide is, I have a few books. There are many students. She bought a dozen of eggs. Okay. A dozen. Who is this? Okay. Did anybody saw who did this? Hello, students. Did anybody notice who just did this?
No,
No, ma'am.
ma'am, I didn't see.
No, ma'am.
Okay, just please have a look. Okay, if you are able to notice who is doing these things, just let me know, please. Ayan, is my voice not audible to you?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Okay. So when we are using the example word, which is a dozen of, it's basically you can use this a dozen with a lot of stuff. So a dozen can come with anything that you want, a, a 12 piece of that. For instance, if I am buying this water bottle, right? Okay, you can see this water bottle. I want to buy this water bottle and I want 12 bottle of these. I will go to the shopkeeper and say, get me a dozen of these bottles. Or I want a dozen of these bottles. Okay, that means I want 12 quantities of this specific water bottle. Now, we have something called uncountable nouns with quantities. The words are a little, much, some, a bit, plenty of. Okay. Now, all these words I just, I just pronounce. We will be using these when we are quantifying something which comes under uncountable stuff. Meaning, let's take example of juice, sugar, salt, spices. Okay, so if I go and I say I want uh, a little chaat masala on my fruits. Okay, if I have to make a sentence using much, I can say there is already much uh ghee poured into my food. Okay, some, if I have to make an example with some, I can say I can have some rice. I would love some rice. A bit of I would love a bit of chocolate right now. If I have to make an example for plenty of, I can say there is plenty of food in my plate. So you can actually notice how all these words I'm using, These are used with something that comes under uncountable nouns. Quantities that doesn't have that cannot be counted. Though I will say it again, they can be measured. Okay. So the example here is he drank a little juice. Don't use too much sugar. We have some information. Okay. Now let's me just complete this. Okay. Now we have the next slide where we are saying using numbers. Okay. Using numbers means using number is simple. Like we have a quantity and we are simply using a number to denote to quantify that thing. For instance, I have this water bottle and this is I have one water bottle present here. I have let's say 17 participants including me present in my school class. Okay. So in order to just just quantify, there's also a different way of using numbers in rather than saying, rather than using words a few, a little, many, more, something like that. I can also use numbers to quantify the things. Now numbers can only be used with countable things, meaning that if I want to quantify, let's say, the participants present in my class, these participants come under the countable noun, and that's the only reason I am using the numbers to denote them. Okay. If these participants were water, I cannot count them, and simply I cannot say I have 17 water in my class. A weird example, but it flows something like this. Okay. So the basic can be I have two brothers, she ate 5 bananas, complex is there were 32 chairs, we received hundreds of message. Okay. Did we all understand till now? Okay. Now I want everyone to raise their hand and I would love you to make sentences for me. I can see only 2 hands. Okay, 4. Somil, VK, Rinku, Nidhi, Anshika. Students, please raise your hand. Naz, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please form some sentences for me using these words?
A few. I have a few knowledge about English. I have a many books to read. I have a several things to read and write. Yeah, and uh, I was busy a couple of days. I have 2 dozens of bananas.
Very nice. Let's have Dayavati.
Yes, ma'am. I have a few books. I have many books. I have several bananas
Okay.
for
So,
eating.
Dayavati, I am so sorry to interrupt you. You cannot use a with many. It doesn't go like that. You have to say the many, like there are many students. Okay, so you can say there I have many books or whatever you were saying. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yes, please
Yes,
continue.
ma'am. There are a few students in the class, and there were uh, many cattle in the field, and there are found several uh, several men in the meeting.
Okay.
Uh, I saw a couple of sorry. Uh, I read a book a couple of
I read a book a couple of days before.
days before.
Okay.
I am not able to eat a dozen of bananas.
You are not able to eat a dozen of bananas. Okay. Of course,
Yeah.
you cannot eat a dozen of bananas, but okay. Fine. Let's have Ayan. Oh, sorry, Aryan.
Um, okay. I need couple of minutes to construct the sentences,
You
and
need a couple of.
I need couple of minutes to construct the sentences,
Okay.
and I have several friends coming tonight.
Similarly, you cannot use several with, okay, I'll tell you how this doesn't align well, okay?
Okay.
If you're using
Hmm.
then A is denoting a singular thing. Now, many and several are denoting a plural thing. Combining both of them in a single sentence doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Okay?
Hmm. He made several attempts to solve the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I have a few self-help books.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, I think. I'm not recalling the sentences.
Okay, no problem. Let's have Janki.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you form sentences for me using these words?
Okay. I have a little knowledge about theoretical subject. Uh, um, I eat too much today. No, I drink too much today. Uh, uh, Sometime I travel. A bit of a bit of I like eat banana. Mm,
Can you please repeat the sentence?
uh, a bit of I like to eat banana.
You like to eat a bit of banana?
Yes.
No, student, it doesn't go well. Like what? No, use something else. For instance, you can form a sentence like, I borrow a bit of, I borrowed. No, no, no. You can say something like, I, this dish lacks a bit of salt. Okay? Janki, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, form plenty of, sentence with plenty of.
Mm. In my dish, plenty of plenty of vegetables.
Okay, okay, fine. Let's have Rinku. Rinku Suna,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please form sentences for me?
Yes, ma'am. I want to take a little tea.
Okay,
Uh, I have too much eaten.
you have too much strength.
Yes. Um,
Rinku, can you be a little louder?
yes, ma'am. He gave me some advice,
Mm-hmm.
and ma'am, I don't know about a bit of and plenty of.
Okay. You can form sentences like this dish lacks a bit of salt, a bit of spices. plenty of this dish have plenty of spices in it. It's wholesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we say there was a bit of noise outside?
Sorry.
Can we say like this? There was a bit of noise outside.
Yes, of course. Last night I heard a bit of noise from outside, or last night I heard a bit of noise from our neighbor's home.
Okay.
Uh,
She added a bit of sugar to her tea.
Sorry.
She added a bit of sugar to her tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's have Ayan, do you want to form sentences for these words too?
Um, I can, but the scenario, I don't get to like in the present. I'm not getting.
ma'am, can I?
I don't have a lot of things to say,
Just
so that's
just
why.
try. It's okay. Just try.
Okay. Mm, I can't think of anything.
It's okay. Who wants the chance?
Ma'am, can
Ma'am,
I?
can I?
Okay. Yes, Naz.
Okay. Um, I have a little knowledge. I have a little knowledge about this, but I can share you about this matter. Okay. Um, I don't have much. I don't have much money to spend anywhere and unnecessary. I have some problem, but I can't tell you because you can't able to. You are not able to solve it. I'm little bit busy nowadays. And nowadays, it is. Is it correct sentence, ma'am?
The last one, I am feeling a bit sleepy nowadays.
No, no, no. I'm little bit busy nowadays.
Yeah, of course. You're a
Okay.
little bit busy nowadays, yes.
Okay. So nowadays summer vacation is going on, so we need to drink plenty of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yes, Ayan. Aryan.
Mm, mm. Sorry, I was having water. Sorry.
Hello,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm
Yeah.
already raise your hand, but you not allow me.
No, Sonia, I was actually also giving the chance to your friends also, right? Do you want to speak now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. I little bit. Sometimes I take little bit spicy food, but I don't like spicy food. I have a.
You
I
can
have
say
a.
you don't take a little bit of spicy food. You can say I sometimes I consume a little bit of spices, though
Yeah,
I don't
spicy.
prefer spicy food.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have. Okay. I have. I have. I have some time, but not spend with friend because I sometime busy.
I have
Okay.
some time left, but I do not want to spend it with my friends because I am busy.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Uh, I have a banana, but I am not much में मैम नहीं आ रहा मुझे पहले. Okay. I bit a bit. I little bit. A little bit.
Little, okay. A bit, it's not a little bit, it's a bit.
मैम
Bit
मैम
means
जैसे कि आप बता रहे हैं ना तो थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बता दिया करो कि ये क्या
अच्छा,
चीज है लिटिल बिट.
okay. A bit
या
of का मतलब है, it means that you are taking a bite or a small portion from something. You are not consuming pura, like you are not consuming it full, but you are still taking a little bite from it. आप सब कुछ नहीं ले रहे हो उसमें से, लेकिन आप तब भी थोड़ा सा कंज्यूम कर रहे हो. तो
ओके
you can say something like I I took a little bit of portion from what my friend bought to lunch today.
ओके
मतलब मैंने थोड़ा सा पोर्शन लिया जो मेरा फ्रेंड आज लंच में लाया था.
ओके.
ओके. नाउ यूज द
यस
वर्ड
मैम.
प्लेंटी ऑफ.
प्लेंटी ऑफ. इसका हिंदी मीनिंग.
प्लेंटी ऑफ इन हिंदी मीन्स दैट इट्स सफिशिएंट, इट्स इन एडुकेट अमाउंट, मतलब भरपूर है.
ओके. I have a banana printing.
You have a banana.
Yeah. I have 2 dozen banana.
Okay, you have 2 dozen of banana and it's plenty for you.
Yeah, planting for me.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Valid. Now, student, please lower your hand. We will move forward. Now, we have the next slide, which is quantifiers. Okay. Quantifiers are nothing, whatever these words we are using, which are okay. Quantifier have enough milk, each child. Okay.
Ma'am, your
Second,
audio is not able.
Janki, do you want to say something?
Ma'am, sometimes your audio is not able.
My audio is not like audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if like, is it fine now or is it still lacking?
Oh, it is fine.
Okay, so this slide, I'll repeat myself. This slide is all about quantifiers. All these words we are using, we are learning. It's few, little, more, most, enough, each, every. All these words have a different name for them, which is quantifiers, because these words are used to quantify something. Okay. Now, yes, VK, do you have a question? VK, are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes. No, no, ma'am. I don't have a question.
Okay. Then let's move to the next slide, which is expressions with quantities. Okay. Meaning, now you're using two things. You're combining your expression, meaning you're emphasizing and putting focus onto something, which is your quantities. Okay, putting focus with what? Quantities. So you're combining your expression and your quantities together. Okay, now some of these words that align in this format are a lot of, lots of, a pair of, a set of. Okay, so you are how these, okay, let's take an example. I have a lot of clothes. Okay. Now, this sentence that I have a lot of clothes mean, can you understand how expression is combined with quantity? This sentence focuses on how she has a lot of clothes. Like she have a lot of clothes. A lot of. And that is combined with the quantity, which is clothes. That's why this sentence has a word which is a lot of, and that a lot of is used when we need to express, but also explain the quantity. Did we get this?
Yes, getting it.
Okay. Similarly, if we take the example of lots of is बहुत ज़्यादा है. As in, there are lots of people in the club. There are lots of people in the hospital. I mean, that this sentence basically shows two things. First of all, my expression, my denotion that, oh, I went to a hospital. There are lots of people in the waiting room. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm saying that I could be tired. I could be, I could be worried that a lot of people are present in the hospital. Okay. And
Okay.
then I am combining that with a quantity, which is people here. So
Mhm.
I went to the hospital. I saw lots of people waiting in the room. Okay.
I have a doubt.
Yes, Aryan?
Oh, can it be used with uncountable noun too? Like I have a lot of money. So here money is I think uncountable and it is being used. So both quantities, countable and uncountable, can be used here.
No, these are used with countable nouns.
So we say like I have a lot of money. So what is and I have
Of course, money can be countable. It comes under the countable
नहीं
noun,
ma'am.
right?
money can't.
There is a tree, but so many leaf in the tree because मतलब पत्तों को गिना नहीं जा सकता.
Yeah, but you're not using a lot of, right? You're using a lot of trees are present, and there are many trees in that tree. Many
Okay.
leaves in the tree. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
Aaron, please continue. What were you saying?
Okay.
But madam, a set is not countable.
Prayavati, please wait. Somebody is saying something. Okay. Yes, Aaron.
Okay. Okay. Second example, I have thought that we say I have a lot of information about this topic. So information here is again, I think, uncountable. So it is being used.
A lot of, yes, like a lot. Okay.
Mhm.
A lot of is something you can use with countable and uncountable. Okay.
Mm.
However, lots of is particularly for countable. Like I have
Okay.
lots of money. There are lots of people. There is lots of cake in the fridge.
Yeah, and a lot of it doesn't so that particularly it can be used with both countable and uncountable.
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
Okay. With a
yeah,
pair of and a set of, Dayavati, let me just finish this and then I'll get back to you. A pair of, a set of, both of these are used with countable nouns. Okay. A pair
yes,
of means a couple of. It's similar to a couple of. Like something, it's in a pair. Two things.
in,
I'm asking for two things.
yes. These are separate. It's showing. Actually, I can see the like pair of. It means there are two things, and a set of like couple of thing are set of something.
Yes. Okay. Now, if we are mentioning a pair of, it's underlining two things, meaning I want two or something. However,
Mm.
when I'm saying a set of doesn't determine the numbers. For example, you can see that I bought a pair of shoes, meaning two things, one pair. Okay.
Okay.
One pair shoes, one shoe makes a pair of shoes. In the other sentence is we need a set of spoons. Now spoons can have a lot of numbers, right? A set of doesn't denote the
Mm.
number of spoons, but they're saying, oh, we need a set of spoons. Okay, did we
Yeah,
get this?
yeah, got it.
Dayavati, what
Yes, ma'am.
question?
मैम सेट ऑफ का कोई और एग्जांपल देके आप समझा सकते हैं?
Okay, a set of okay, a set of what example? Yes, my mother went to the market and she bought a set of new crockeries for us, a set of new plates for us,
My friend gifted me a set of fictional books.
a set of pickle,
A set of fictional books.
a set of fictional rooms,
No,
Hello, ma'am.
fictional books or fiction books.
fiction books. Yeah,
Mm.
my friend have a set of fiction books.
Hello,
Okay, students,
hello, ma'am.
let's, yes, Rinku.
Ma'am, set of means we can say two or many thing in one package.
Yes. Okay, now we will be moving on to the last phase, which is the word of the day. And the basic word of the day is much, something that comes with uncountable nouns, a large amount of. Okay, much is a large amount of. I have much sketch pens in my pen holder. I have much clothes in my almirah. I have much, like I have a lot of amount of it. There is no need to mention it. Okay. Now there's a positive way of using it. For instance, we are using a large amount, and then there is a negative sense of using it. There isn't much clothes in my almirah. There isn't, like, there is actually not a large amount present or amount of clothes present in my almirah. Okay. Now, the word of the day, which is complex, is numerous. Okay, or you can also say numerous, but I will doubt it. So you can say numerous. I have meaning a large number of. Usually, it's used when you are in a formal scenario and it's used with countable. Okay, the example is she made numerous mistakes in the test. Okay, I can say that I have a number of students asking their questions. Okay, do you have any questions for me then? Any doubts with this?
No, it's
VK,
clear.
do you have any questions for me? You are raising your hand.
No, ma'am.
Okay, is there anyone else who have a question for me? Okay, with this student, we have reached the end of the class, and this was today's topic. We learned about quantities, how to use quantities in English, and we will be meeting tomorrow morning. Not
Can
tomorrow,
I can I
Monday evening.
can I शॉर्ट जैसे आपने भी जो पढ़ाया मैं उसको स्क्रीनशॉट लेना चाहती हूँ.
Sonia, you can take it on the YouTube. Like you can go on the YouTube. Every session is live over there. You can take notes of it also.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone else who have a question for me?
Ma'am, I want to ask, like, what kind of topics, will be taught from Monday, or like, what are the topics is being taught in the future upcoming, like,
Okay. So
will
my plan for the plan was that okay, I think we have 5 to 6 classes left in this month, right? So we will be doing these kind of topics. Like we will pick a topic in English, a
okay,
real case scenario where we are using certain things, for example, asking questions or using quantities or telling about weather. We are taking all these scenarios that are very helpful or use that we're using in daily lives. And then from the next month, we will be focusing on grammar concepts. So we will talking about prepositions, nouns, pronouns, direct, indirect. Of course, that's the later part of everything. But this is something I was planning.
okay.
Okay.
I think conversational topics would be better.
I also thought about it, Aryan. It's just okay. We can do something that you think about.
We can
You
divide it into two parts, like 30-minute session of grammar part, and then
no,
uh,
no, I don't think that's feasible for my students and for me also, because I don't think if we are taking a topic, a grammar topic, 30 minutes is
mhm,
enough for at least covering that topic. And then mixing conversational with the grammar, it just create a whole
okay,
new chaos. However, let's just do this one thing.
mhm,
You all can think about what you prefer. And then on Monday, we will invest 10 minutes in this discussion that what you student would like me to
mhm.
make the flow of the class. Okay,
Okay,
so
Okay.
think about it and let me know on Monday. Right now we don't have much time left with us. Okay.
okay. It's a better idea.
Yes.
Okay, student, is there anyone else who have any questions for me?
No.
Ma'am, today's second.
Okay, students, if not, this was it for today's class. We will meet on Monday evening 5 p.m. I will see you guys 5 p.m. and I wish you well for the rest of the day. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
ma'am.
Have a wonderful evening now.
Bye bye.